Welcome! This is Chicken Trials number 8. Today we're trying a very, very expensive ingredient that we've been waiting on for quite a while. We'll get right with that here in just a second. The dry here is going to be 3 1/3 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of this stuff, 3 3/4 tablespoons of salt. The wet is simply going to be about, let's see, it's 2 cups of milk and 1 egg. And we will get to this here in just a little bit. We're going to tell you what that is. Going to be using the Claxton chicken again. And let's get started. Alright, we got all of our dry in there. We're just mixing her on up really well. Then we're just going to simply crack an egg in the 2 cups of milk. No big deal. Next step will be moving on to the chicken. Alright, we are ready to start. We're going with a Claxton chicken again, if I hadn't mentioned earlier. For everybody that has been following the day at the shop, look at the new handle on this beast. Nice. We're going to get this all washed off and get to chopping her. Alright, we got her all washed off. It is time to chop it up. Make sure you do like this a few times before you do any kind of chopping. Makes it all better when you got a new handle on there. Alright, temperature's up to around 360. I'm going to go ahead and start the process here. Yes, and if you notice, I put my wet hand in here as well. I can't help myself. Time it's over, my fingers are like this much thicker. I'll shake off a bit more of that right before she goes in. Whoops. Don't worry, cleaning the kitchen is the fun part. Alright, we got a few more to go here, and might as well get the rest of it, huh? And we'll have to wait for our temperature to build on up here. Shouldn't be but a few more minutes. I heard somebody say go time. We've reached 375 as our cooking temperature this time. I always like to put the breasts in first, even though I grabbed the leg as soon as I possibly could. And then the thighs. And another leg, perhaps. And our little wings. I got the tongs over here available and ready. That's just to check on the brownness. Definitely have the lid of your pressure cooker ready and have the valve open. I'm only leaving the thermometer in there for your own references. You can see what the temperature drops to with one whole chicken, minus the back.
How long are you cooking for?
This is going to be cooked for 11 minutes. It's going to be about 3/4 browned first, and then put the lid on. And 2 minutes in, we're going to, after the lid's been put on, that 2 minutes into the cooking, we're going to slightly crack the valve. Just slightly. And the browning process, if I remember straight, was 3 minutes.
I believe so. But all chickens is not the same. So you need to keep a check on it.
We are 1:30 in. We'll eyeball it. Yeah, see, that's browning a little quicker this time. It appears like. This may only be a 2.5 minute scenario. You don't really want to bunch the chicken all together, but I do with the wings because they are my little test pieces. I can pull out of there without damaging the batter on all of the other pieces that, in my opinion, are more important. I don't want to offend the wing lovers, but I like the bigger pieces. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. That's going to be its brown point. Go ahead and get that wing all the way underneath there. Make sure all your other pieces are deep underneath there. 2:30, go time. I'm going to burn myself and pull this out. Let's get our lid on there. Valve is open. Always a really good start, huh? Go ahead and close the valve all the way. Let the pressure get building up inside of there. Yeah. You may want to set your timer if you're interested in cooking it correctly. 11 minutes. And let's see, 9 minutes. When our timer says 9 minutes, we're going to just barely crack this valve. We'll get back at you then. Alright, we got 9 minutes on the clock. It's time to just barely crack her here. And I keep some little weight down on the top of it. It's tedious, but like I said here, if you've been following there, if you let all of the pressure out, it turns this pressure cooker into a deep fryer, which blackens your chicken. So you don't want to, if this pops up, that's why we do this, just a little bit so it don't release all of the pressure. Oh, there she is. 11 minutes. Have your tongs ready this time for certain. Let all that old pressure get out of there. Now it's time to see what you got.
Once again, looks good. I know it's going to be done, but we're still going to stick these thermometers in.
Yeah, you can pretty much guarantee at 375 for 11 minutes she gets a mite bit done. It is a good time.
Let that fall.
Oh, I got her. Alright, we're going to go ahead and transport this stuff over to the table and get some thermometers in it. This one here has just hit 170. This one here, same time, just hit 170. And it'll crawl on up. It'll be 180 most likely. That's what you call done.
That's done.
The goal there is to aim for, let's see, on poultry is 165. So anything over that is a good day. Alrighty, after eating the chicken here is the secret ingredients, the measurements we use for it, which you'll end up having to use too. The thing with this stuff is the taste test will lie to you. As you are eating the chicken, like I said, the one little quick taste test, it tasted okay, but the more you eat of it, like the second and third and fourth bite, it becomes a salty log. By the end of the piece of chicken I was eating there, by the time I was almost through with it, probably about, I don't know, 5 bites left or so, that was so salty I couldn't taste anything else but the salt.
I would say that it had a strange salt flavor. That's all best way I can describe it. This is nowhere near KFC.
I think they're on to something with one herb though myself, and that's going to make a good test trial for next time.